The night holds mysteries that most will never discover. When the world falls silent and your conscious mind surrenders to sleep, there exists a magical window, a moment when the universe listens more closely to your deepest intentions. Has this ever happened to you? You've worked tirelessly all day, exhausted yourself pursuing financial stability, only to fall asleep worried about bills, debt, and missed opportunities? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract wealth, while others struggle no matter how hard they work? What if I told you the difference isn't luck, skill, or even hard work, but rather a set of ancient numerical codes that have been kept secret for centuries? Tonight, everything changes. Tonight, you'll learn how 7 specific numbers, when whispered in the correct sequence just before sleep, can literally reprogram your energetic relationship with abundance. This isn't about positive thinking or visualization techniques you've tried before. This is about tapping into the mathematical language of the universe itself. But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the globe. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. What I'm about to share comes from ancient wisdom traditions that understood something modern. Science is only beginning to recognize. Numbers aren't just mathematical symbols, they're energetic keys that unlock specific frequencies in the quantum field. Each number vibrates at a unique frequency that can align your subconscious mind with the exact energetic pattern of prosperity. Stay with me until the end, because what you'll discover isn't taught in financial seminars or wealth-building workshops. These 7 numerical codes bypass your conscious resistance and speak directly to the part of your mind that creates your material reality while you sleep. Imagine going to bed tonight, feeling the same financial stress you've carried for years, but waking tomorrow with a profound shift, unexpected opportunities appearing, forgotten debts suddenly settled, or brilliant ideas that lead to immediate income. It sounds impossible, but countless people have experienced this transformation after learning the secret sequence I'm about to reveal. The truth is that your financial situation isn't random. It's a direct reflection of your vibrational relationship with universal abundance. And these 7 sacred numbers are like a direct hotline to the cosmic source of all wealth. What makes this approach different from anything you've tried before is that it doesn't require you to change your actions or even your conscious beliefs. It works entirely through the back door of your sleeping mind. What you're about to discover might surprise you, because these numbers don't just invite money. They completely realign your energy field to become a natural attractor of abundance in all forms. The wealthy elite have guarded these numerical secrets for generations, using them to maintain their fortunes while the rest of the world struggles. If these sacred numbers resonated with you, subscribe to discover more ancient prosperity secrets that have been hidden from the public for generations. But what most people don't realize is that abundance isn't something we need to chase. It's already here, spinning all around us in an invisible current. Think of it like radio waves that fill the room you're sitting in right now. You can't see them, you can't touch them, but with the right receiver, you can tune into any station. The problem isn't a lack of prosperity in your life. It's that you haven't been speaking the right numerical language to access it. This revelation isn't new. In 1925, the metaphysical teacher Florence Scovel Shinn wrote a profound truth in her private notebook that few were ever privileged to read. Who understands the language of numbers possesses the key to gold. This statement wasn't meant as poetry or metaphor. It was a literal description of how the universe operates on a vibrational level. For almost a century, this knowledge has been carefully guarded, passed down through small circles of those who understood its transformative power. The journey to this hidden wisdom isn't accidental. You're here now because something inside you recognized a deeper truth about how reality works. Your inner wisdom has been guiding you toward this revelation, even if your conscious mind wasn't aware of it. What makes these 7 numerical codes so powerful is that they bypass the analytical mind completely. Your rational brain might resist new beliefs about money, but these numbers work directly with your subconscious. the true architect of your reality. This is why people often experience such dramatic shifts in their financial circumstances after just one night of practicing this method. The revelation that numbers are the syllables of God isn't merely philosophical, it's a practical key to transformation. Everything in existence, from the spiral pattern of galaxies to the structure of DNA, follows mathematical principles. When you speak these specific numbers before sleep, you're essentially speaking the native language of creation itself. This ancient wisdom has remained veiled behind complex terminology and exclusive teachings, but the fundamental truth is beautifully simple. Your financial reality isn't fixed. It's fluid and responsive to the energetic commands you give it. The nighttime practice I'm about to share with you creates a direct pathway between your intention and the universal field of potential that manifests as physical reality. Behind the scenes of our ordinary world lies an intricate system of energy patterns, and these 7 numbers act as a password that grants you access to shift those patterns in your favor. The wealthy haven't accumulated their fortunes through luck. They've aligned with specific vibrational frequencies that naturally attract abundance. The beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require you to change your external circumstances first. You don't need a new job, a better education, or even financial literacy, though those things have their place. Instead, this practice creates change from the inside out, rewriting your energetic relationship with prosperity at the root level. If what I'm sharing resonates with something deep within you, write "Numbers speak to me" in the comments below. Now, I want to go even deeper into exactly how these numerical frequencies work on your subconscious mind while you sleep. The remarkable truth about this practice is its simplicity. You don't need elaborate rituals, expensive crystals, or complicated ceremonies to access this transformative power. The most profound spiritual technologies have always been elegantly simple, and this numerical covenant is no exception. All you need is faith and the willingness to believe that the universe listens in silence and responds with precision. When you whisper these 7 numbers before sleep, you're not performing a superstitious ritual. You're establishing a direct energetic covenant between yourself and the abundance that is already your divine birthright. This relationship with prosperity isn't something new you're creating. It's something ancient you're remembering. The journey to financial freedom begins with a fundamental mindset shift. Instead of seeing yourself as someone who lacks resources and must struggle to survive, you recognize yourself as a natural channel for abundance, a conduit through which universal prosperity naturally flows. This revelation alone has triggered profound awakenings in people who had spent decades trapped in scarcity consciousness. Think about your own experience for a moment. How many times have you worked tirelessly, followed all the conventional advice, and still felt money slipping through your fingers like sand? The hidden truth is that hard work alone isn't enough when your subconscious is programmed with limiting beliefs about wealth. These 7 sacred numbers bypass those mental blocks completely. Tonight, you'll learn to activate your divine inheritance. The difference between this approach and conventional manifestation techniques is that you won't be repeating vague affirmations or begging the universe for help. Instead, you'll be ordering with spiritual authority in the precise numerical language that the universe inherently understands. This subtle but critical distinction explains why many manifestation practices fail to produce tangible results. When you plead from a place of lack, you simply reinforce the very frequency of scarcity you're trying to escape. But when you speak these specific numerical codes, you're not asking, you're activating what already belongs to you by cosmic law. Behind every financial breakthrough is an internal shift that happened first. The external circumstances, the unexpected check, the sudden opportunity, the inspired business idea, these are merely reflections of an energetic transformation that occurred within. These 7 numbers catalyze that inner transformation while you sleep, when your conscious resistance is at its lowest. The impact of this practice extends far beyond just attracting money. People report experiencing enhanced intuition, synchronicities that lead to perfect timing, and a newfound sense of peace around finances. It's as if the universe conspires to support you once you begin speaking its native numerical language. Subscribe now to access more hidden wisdom about abundance that most financial advisors will never share with you. What makes this approach particularly powerful is that it requires no special talents or prerequisites. Anyone can do this, regardless of education, background, or current financial situation. The universal field responds to these vibrational codes without judgment or discrimination. If you're ready to step into this ancient wisdom tradition that has remained hidden for centuries, type "I claim my abundance" in the comments below. Let's now explore the remarkable story of how these numbers were originally discovered and why they've been kept secret for so long. The moment before you receive these sacred numbers, I invite you to make a powerful declaration, a symbolic act that signals to the universe your genuine readiness. There's a profound wisdom in declaration. It's not just words, it's a vibrational shift that creates ripples across the quantum field of possibilities. When you openly proclaim, "I am ready to receive," you're essentially signing an energetic contract with abundance itself. This declaration isn't merely psychological. It triggers a cascade of synchronicities that begin aligning in your favor the moment the words leave your lips. Ancient wisdom traditions understood this principle of declaration as a catalyst that transforms potential into reality. Each number I'm about to share functions as a specific key, and each key unlocks a particular door in your consciousness. As you move through these 7 gateways, the wealth that has always belonged to you by divine right will naturally flow into your experience. Let's explore the profound foundation that makes these numbers so powerful. Long before human language emerged, before alphabets or written words existed, there was already a perfect code operating throughout creation: divine mathematics. This universal language forms the exact proportions with which the cosmos designed everything from the spiral of galaxies to the pattern of leaves on a tree. And yes, even the invisible cycles that govern financial abundance. This revelation has been hiding in plain sight throughout human history. The golden ratio appears in art and architecture across civilizations. The Fibonacci sequence manifests in natural patterns worldwide. Sacred geometry forms the blueprint of religious monuments across continents. These aren't coincidences. They're breadcrumbs leading to a profound truth. Numbers aren't human inventions. They're discoveries of a pre-existing cosmic language. The ancient Pythagoreans weren't merely philosophers. They were initiates into this numerical mystery tradition. They understood that numbers weren't just quantities, but qualities, each carrying a specific vibration and essence. When you align your consciousness with these numerical frequencies before sleep, you're essentially tuning your energetic signature to match the exact vibration of prosperity. This perspective represents a paradigm shift in how we approach manifestation. Instead of forcing change through external action alone, you're recalibrating your internal frequency to naturally attract corresponding experiences. The wealth mindset isn't something you develop. Through positive thinking, it's a specific numerical frequency you can activate with precision. What makes this approach so revolutionary is that it bypasses the elaborate spiritual practices that often create more obstacles than pathways. The universe doesn't require complicated rituals. It responds to authentic alignment. These 7 numbers create that alignment effortlessly, especially when spoken during the theta wave state just before sleep, when the veil between conscious and subconscious is at its thinnest. The transformation this practice initiates isn't just financial. It's a complete recalibration of your relationship with universal energy. People report experiencing profound insights, healing in relationships, and an almost magnetic attraction of synchronistic events after implementing this nightly practice. If you feel a resonance with this ancestral wisdom, type "I honor the sacred mathematics" in the comments. Now, let me walk you through the specific meaning and power of the first sacred number, the foundation upon which all other numerical frequencies build. The wisdom that Florence Scovel Shinn brought to light reveals a profound truth that transforms how we understand wealth creation. Money, in its essence, isn't a physical object. It's a vibrational energy, a frequency that naturally responds to your inner state of harmony. When most people struggle financially, they're focusing on the outer actions, working harder, saving more, investing wisely, all important steps. But they're missing the energetic foundation that makes those actions truly fruitful. Each of these 7 sacred numbers, when pronounced with genuine faith and intention, emits a precise energetic note, like striking a specific key on a cosmic piano. This sound may be inaudible to human ears, but the universe receives it as a clear command that begins reorganizing your reality at the quantum level. The revelation here isn't just spiritual, it's practical. Your financial circumstances aren't random. They're responding precisely to the numerical frequencies you're unknowingly broadcasting. Have you ever wondered why some people seem perpetually blessed? They might not be smarter or work harder than everyone else, yet everything they touch seems to flourish effortlessly. What they've discovered, often unconsciously, is numerical alignment. They've somehow learned to pronounce the correct vibrational codes at the moments when the universe listens most attentively, particularly during that liminal space just before sleep, when the conscious mind surrenders its grip on reality. This insight represents a complete paradigm shift in our understanding of manifestation. Most teachings focus on daytime practices, vision boards, affirmations, goal setting, all valuable tools, but they often encounter resistance from your waking mind. The revolutionary discovery is that the subconscious mind, your direct connection to universal intelligence, is most receptive during the theta wave, state that occurs just before sleep. In this sacred window, these 7 numbers bypass all resistance and plant themselves directly in the fertile soil of your deepest consciousness. The awakening that occurs through this practice isn't just a minor adjustment. It's a complete recalibration of your energetic signature. Just as changing a radio frequency completely transforms what you hear, shifting your numerical vibration fundamentally alters what you attract. The journey toward prosperity becomes less about forcing outcomes and more about aligning with the natural abundance that already exists all around you. When I first discovered this ancient practice, the transformation in my own life wasn't just financial, it was holistic. Relationships healed, creative insights flourished, and opportunities appeared that I couldn't have consciously orchestrated. This is because numerical alignment doesn't just affect one aspect of life, it recalibrates your entire field of experience. Behind the scenes, these 7 numbers work together as a harmonious symphony, each playing its unique role in your prosperity consciousness. If you're beginning to sense the hidden architecture behind reality and how these numerical codes can unlock it, type "I see the matrix" in the comments below. Let's now examine the first and most fundamental of these 7 sacred numbers, the one that establishes your sovereign authority over your financial reality. The realm of sleep holds much more significance than most people realize. It's not merely a time for physical rest, it's a sacred window when your conscious defenses lower and your spirit remains fully awake and receptive. This nocturnal state is what Florence Scovel Shinn brilliantly termed God's workshop, a divine laboratory where tomorrow's reality is actively being sculpted. During these precious hours, your subconscious mind becomes extraordinarily receptive, processing and integrating every decree, every intention, every numerical code you deliver just before drifting off. The revelation that transforms lives is this: when you deliver a pure order to your subconscious just before sleep, one untainted by doubt or fear, it obeys without resistance. Unlike your waking consciousness, your subconscious doesn't analyze, debate, or reject. It simply accepts and begins manifesting. This is why people who implement this nighttime numerical practice often report waking to synchronicities and opportunities that seem to materialize from nowhere. Their subconscious has been working diligently throughout the night. This practice stands apart from empty rituals or hollow repetitions. You're not mechanically reciting numbers, you're vibrating them with the certainty of someone who understands their cosmic authority. This distinction is crucial to your breakthrough. The power lies not just in the numbers themselves, but in the conviction with which you pronounce them. When you speak these numerical codes with unwavering belief, you're essentially signing an energetic contract with the universe that cannot be broken. The illuminating insight here is understanding the profound difference between daytime and nighttime consciousness. During your waking hours, your analytical mind constantly judges, questions, and doubts everything it encounters, including your own abundance affirmations. It creates resistance based on past experiences and limiting beliefs about money. But at night, when this sentinel relaxes its guard, every word and every number falls directly into the fertile ground of your subconscious, the true creator of your material circumstances. This nighttime numerical practice represents a paradigm shift in the journey toward prosperity. Instead of struggling to override your conscious doubts about wealth, you're strategically planting prosperity codes during the hours when your mind is most receptive. The wisdom of this approach is profound, yet practical. You're working with your natural mental rhythms rather than against them. The transformation this practice initiates operates at the deepest levels of consciousness. People describe it as an awakening, as if they've been trying to tune a radio with broken dials all their lives and suddenly discovered the perfect frequency. Your relationship with abundance becomes less about striving and more about receiving what naturally flows when you're in energetic alignment. Behind the veil of ordinary reality, these 7 numerical codes create ripples in the quantum field that begin arranging circumstances, opportunities, and connections in your favor while you sleep peacefully, completely unaware of the magnificent orchestration happening on your behalf. If you feel a resonance with this hidden mechanism of reality creation, write "I activate while I sleep" in the comments below. Let's explore now how the first of these 7 sacred numbers establishes your sovereign connection to the source of all abundance. The first of the 7 sacred numbers holds a profound significance that anchors all others. It's the number 1. This primal digit represents the divine seed, the original spark from which all creation emerges. Just as the entire cosmos was born from a single infinitesimal point during the Big Bang. Your personal abundance journey begins with recognizing yourself as a point of origin, a source of creation rather than merely a recipient. When you whisper the number 1 before sleep, you're making a fundamental declaration to the universe. From me begins abundance. This isn't arrogance, it's cosmic truth. The revelation that transforms prosperity consciousness is understanding that wealth doesn't flow from external circumstances toward you. It radiates outward from within you, like light from a star. Think about the most profound breakthroughs in human history. They all began with a single thought, a solitary decision, an individual standing at the crossroads of possibility. The I. Number 1 carries this exact energetic signature. It's the catalyst that initiates all transformation. When you activate this numerical frequency, you're essentially pressing the origin button on your prosperity journey. The wisdom here runs counter to conventional financial thinking. Most people position themselves as supplicants before the universe, hoping to receive a trickle of abundance from some external source. The number 1 completely revolutionizes this paradigm. It reminds you that you're not a beggar before the universal treasury. You are its rightful heir, a natural extension of its unlimited potential. This shift in identity creates ripples throughout your entire reality field. When you stop perceiving yourself as someone who lacks resources and begin recognizing yourself as someone who generates abundance from within, the external world must reconfigure itself to match this inner transformation. This is the hidden truth behind every rags to riches story. Rather than creating space for new abundance, type "I release with gratitude" in the comments below. Let's discover how the 6th sacred number creates the solid foundation necessary for sustainable wealth to take root in your life. 9 carries an even more profound dimension that transforms not just your financial reality, but your entire relationship with the past. It's the numerical frequency of forgiveness and liberation. Florence would often tell her students that nothing stagnates wealth more effectively than a resentful heart. Emotional debts and unpaid karmic accounts create invisible barriers that prevent new prosperity from flowing freely into your experience. Forgiveness, Florence would say, is the secret door to abundance. This revelation explains why some people remain financially stuck despite doing everything right on paper. Their energy remains entangled with old grievances, perceived injustices, or lingering resentment toward those they feel have wronged them. 9 illuminates the hidden truth that when you hold on to emotional debts, you inadvertently block the universal flow of prosperity. When you whisper 9 before sleep, you're engaging in a ritual far more powerful than merely declaring the end of a chapter. You're energetically sweeping clean the entire room of your consciousness. This cleansing creates a pristine, fertile space where new abundance can take root without being contaminated by the residue of past disappointments or grievances. The transformative journey of forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful actions or denying your experiences. Rather, it's about releasing the energetic charge these memories carry, freeing yourself from their continued influence on your present reality. Many who practice the 9 frequency report experiencing not just financial breakthroughs, but profound inner peace, as if weights they didn't even know they were carrying suddenly lift from their shoulders. Behind this sacred number operates a universal principle. Energy must flow unobstructed to generate abundance. Forgiveness removes the dams and blockages that have been restricting your natural prosperity. The moment you truly release old grievances, the universe recognizes this vibrational shift and responds with opportunities that match your newly liberated frequency. As 9 completes its cleansing work, the next sacred number establishes the foundation upon which lasting prosperity can build. It's the number 4. This powerful numerical frequency represents stability, solid foundation, roots, and economic structure. 4 is the firm ground beneath your feet, the bedrock upon which you can safely construct your financial future. Florence understood something that most manifestation teachings overlook. Abundance is not only attracted, but must be sustained. 4 carries the wisdom that lasting prosperity requires. More than magical thinking, it needs practical implementation and structured support. It transforms inspiring ideas into concrete results through disciplined action and consistent habits. 4 reminds us that even the most beautiful mansion requires a strong foundation. Your financial dreams need this same structural integrity to withstand life's inevitable challenges. When you activate the 4 frequency in your consciousness, you're essentially laying the cornerstone of your prosperity temple, declaring that your abundance will be built to last, not merely to impress. If you've noticed patterns in your life where prosperity arrives but doesn't seem to stay, write, "I'm building foundations now," in the comments. Let's discover how the 7th sacred number creates the perfect balance between structure and expansion, allowing fresh opportunities to enter while maintaining stability. Elena's journey perfectly illustrates the practical power of 4 in creating lasting financial transformation. For years, she had experienced what many call feast or famine finances, manifesting small blessings and synchronicities only to watch the money vanish almost as quickly as it arrived. Her frustration mounted as each manifestation success was followed by an equal or greater loss, keeping her locked in a cycle of temporary abundance, followed by familiar scarcity. When Elena finally consulted Florence about this pattern, the wisdom she received was simple yet profound. Your field is open, but your structure doesn't hold. This insight illuminated the missing piece in Elena's prosperity journey. She could attract money through spiritual practice, but lacked the practical foundation to sustain it. Like trying to fill a bucket with holes, her manifestations kept leaking away because her financial structure wasn't sound. The breakthrough came when Elena began applying the principle of 4 to her daily life. Instead of focusing exclusively on metaphysical practices, she implemented practical disciplines, organizing her financial records, creating a simple but consistent budgeting system, and most importantly, shifting her relationship with money from casual to reverent. She began treating each dollar with respect, acknowledging it as a form of energy-deserving conscious stewardship rather than thoughtless spending. What made Elena's transformation remarkable wasn't just the external changes, but her internal revelation. She realized that prosperity consciousness, without practical implementation, was merely wishful thinking. 4 taught her that genuine abundance requires both spiritual alignment and tangible structure, the bridge between invisible potential and visible results. 4 carries the wisdom of the 4 pillars that support lasting abundance: faith, discipline, gratitude, and action. Each represents an essential leg of your prosperity table. Remove anyone, and the entire structure becomes unstable. Faith provides the vision of what's possible. Discipline creates the consistent habits that build momentum. Gratitude maintains your energetic connection to the source, and action transforms potential into tangible results. When you whisper 4 before sleep, you're making a powerful declaration to the universe. My prosperity is rooted. My abundance has a foundation. Nothing can topple what I build with love. This affirmation activates your consciousness to seek stability rather than just opportunity, to create systems that support your wealth rather than just chasing the next windfall. The revelation many discover through working with 4 is that wealth isn't merely accumulated, it's constructed, brick by careful brick, through daily decisions and consistent practices. Behind every overnight success story lies years of invisible foundation building that created the structural integrity necessary to support sudden expansion. 4 also teaches the wisdom of incremental progress. While our culture celebrates dramatic financial breakthroughs, 4 reveals that sustainable wealth more often grows through small, consistent actions taken daily. The power of compounding applied not just to investments, but to habits, relationships, and knowledge. If you've noticed yourself attracting opportunities but struggling to sustain their benefits, type "I'm building my 4 pillars" in the comments. Let's explore the 7th sacred number, which brings the essential quality of expansion and new beginnings to your prosperity: consciousness. The 7th sacred number introduces an essential counterbalance to the stability of 4. It's the vibration of 5, representing freedom, expansion, and unexpected miracles. If 4 was the firm foundation of your house, 5 is the door that suddenly opens to reveal vistas you never imagined possible. It's the fresh breeze entering through windows previously sealed, the whispered invitation reminding you didn't come just to build and sustain, you came to expand and soar. 5 carries a revolutionary frequency that prevents stability from becoming stagnation. Many people create solid financial structures only to find themselves trapped within the very systems they built for protection. 5 liberates you from this potential prison by introducing the element of inspired spontaneity, the willingness to follow unexpected pathways that emerge when you've established sufficient security to take calculated risks. Gabriel's story beautifully illustrates this transformative principle in action. For years, his life had followed the same predictable sequence of routines: same job, same schedule, same limited financial ceiling. Though he had achieved a certain level of stability, a growing sense of confinement left him wondering if this was truly all life had to offer. The turning point came when he discovered Florence's teaching about the vibrational power of 5. One evening, rather than simply repeating his usual prosperity affirmations, Gabriel decided to experiment with this new numerical frequency. As he prepared for sleep, he spoke the word 5 times, adding with genuine openness, "I'm ready for new opportunities. I welcome the unexpected." He didn't force visualization or strain to imagine specific outcomes. He simply declared his readiness for expansion. What happened the very next morning defies conventional explanation, yet perfectly demonstrates the power of aligned vibration. A former university colleague, someone Gabriel hadn't spoken with in nearly 7 years, reached out through social media with a project proposal that aligned perfectly with Gabriel's natural talents, but existed in an industry he had never considered entering. This chance connection became the gateway to an entirely new business venture that within months doubled his previous income while halving his working hours. The revelation Gabriel experienced wasn't just financial, it was existential. He realized that the universe constantly presents doorways to expansion that remain invisible until we vibrationally declare our readiness to perceive them. 5 doesn't create opportunities that weren't there before. It removes the perceptual filters that prevented you from seeing what was always available. This sacred number teaches the wisdom of divine timing and inspired action. Unlike 4's methodical planning, 5 introduces the element of synchronicity, being in exactly the right place at precisely the right moment through intuitive guidance rather than calculated strategy. When you activate this frequency in your consciousness, seemingly random events begin arranging themselves into meaningful patterns that lead to unexpected breakthroughs. 5 also carries the energy of quantum leaps rather than incremental steps. While 4 builds wealth through consistent habits, 5 introduces discontinuous jumps, opportunities that compress years of progress into weeks or even days when you're energetically aligned to receive them. If you've ever experienced those magical moments when opportunities seem to find you without effort, type 5 has found me before in the comments. Now let's explore how these 7 sacred numbers work together to create a complete transformation in your financial reality. The spirit of 5 embodies one of the most profound paradoxes in the journey to abundance, that true freedom isn't found in running away from structure, but in releasing the rigid grip of fear that prevents natural expansion. Many seekers become trapped in financial anxiety, trying to control every aspect of their prosperity journey through sheer force of will. 5 teaches the revolutionary wisdom of sacred surrender, not as passive resignation, but as active trust in divine timing. When you whisper 5 before sleep, you're making a powerful declaration to the universe. I trust the turns of destiny. The unexpected works in my favor. This perspective shift fundamentally transforms how synchronicity operates in your life. Instead of fighting against seemingly random events, you begin recognizing them as carefully orchestrated movements in a divine choreography designed for your highest growth and abundance. 5 carries the energy signature of all meaningful transitions, physical journeys that open new horizons, mental shifts that reveal fresh perspectives, and spiritual awakenings that transform your entire relationship with material reality. The revelation is that change itself becomes the vehicle through which greater prosperity arrives, rather than something to be feared or resisted. Behind the scenes of every major financial breakthrough is this willingness to follow intuitive nudges even when they don't make rational sense within your existing framework. The most successful entrepreneurs consistently report that their biggest wins came not from rigid planning, but from inspired responsiveness to opportunities they never could have logically anticipated. While not officially, among the 7 sacred numbers, 2 deserves special mention for its complementary role in this prosperity sequence. 2 represents the profound truth that genuine abundance rarely manifests in isolation. It emerges through partnership, collaboration, and divine assistance. This numerical frequency reminds us that the rugged individualist struggling alone represents an incomplete understanding of how cosmic wealth truly operates. 2 is the vibrational signature of connection, the invisible bonds that bring you precisely the relationships, mentorships, and collaborative opportunities you could never create through solitary effort. It carries the wisdom that every billionaire, despite popular mythology, relied on networks, partnerships, and synchronistic introductions that appeared at exactly the right moment in their journey. When you activate the 2 frequency in your consciousness, you're essentially declaring your openness to assistance from both seen and unseen realms. This subtle, energetic shift begins attracting support in forms you may never have considered. The perfect mentor appearing seemingly by chance, the ideal business partner discovering your work through unlikely circumstances, or funding materializing from unexpected sources. The transformation that occurs through 2 operates at the level of identity. Most struggle with prosperity because they've internalized the belief that asking for help signifies weakness, when in reality, conscious collaboration represents one of the highest expressions of prosperity consciousness. 2 heals this misconception, revealing that interdependence rather than independence provides the most direct path to abundance. If you've noticed that your greatest financial breakthroughs have often involved unexpected help from others, type 2 is my prosperity partner in the comments. Let's now explore how to implement these 7 sacred numbers in a simple yet powerful nighttime ritual that activates all their frequencies simultaneously. Laura's journey perfectly illustrates the transformative power of 2 in creating breakthrough prosperity. For years, she had struggled to build her business alone, pouring endless hours into marketing, client acquisition, and product development with modest results. Despite her undeniable talent and work ethic, her business remained stubbornly stagnant, never quite achieving the momentum she envisioned. The turning point came on a night when Laura, exhausted from another day of solitary effort, discovered Florence's teaching about the power of 2. Rather than continuing her usual routine of individual planning and strategizing, she decided to experiment with this numerical frequency. Just before sleep, she placed her hand on her heart and declared with quiet certainty, 2. My divine alliances are already formed. The synchronicity that unfolded defies logical explanation, yet perfectly demonstrates the principle of energetic alignment. Just 2 days. Later, a former colleague, someone Laura hadn't connected with in nearly 3 years, reached out with a surprising message. I've been thinking about your work, and I believe we could create something remarkable together. This unexpected outreach led to a collaboration that accomplished in mere months what Laura had been attempting alone for years. The revelation that transformed Laura's perspective wasn't just about business strategy, it was an awakening to the hidden architecture of abundance. She realized that prosperity isn't a solo journey, but a co-creative dance between individual vision and collective support. 2 carries the wisdom that the most direct path to your goals often appears through relationships rather than isolated effort. When you whisper 2 before sleep, you're essentially activating a field of sacred cooperation, opening yourself to assistance from both visible and invisible realms. This subtle energetic invitation begins drawing precisely the connections, collaborations, and divine guidance needed for your next level of expansion. The universe responds not just to what you want, but to your willingness to receive support in creating it. The practical application transcends theory or wishful thinking. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, place both hands gently over your heart center and say quietly, 2. I don't walk alone. Divine help is already on its way. As you make this declaration, visualize 2 lights slowly approaching each other. 1, representing your personal energy and vision, the other embodying the collective wisdom and support of your visible and invisible allies. Watch as these lights merge before you, creating a luminosity far brighter than either could generate alone. This visualization isn't mere fantasy. It's a tangible representation of how energy actually operates in the quantum field. The most profound breakthroughs in human achievement have always emerged through connection rather than isolation. From scientific discoveries to artistic masterpieces to business innovations, history consistently reveals that what appears to be individual genius is actually the result of being in the right relationship with collaborative forces. Behind the scenes of every overnight success story lies this hidden truth, that prosperity accelerates exponentially when we surrender the illusion of separation and embrace co-creative partnership. 2 illuminates this path of collaboration, reminding us that true abundance emerges, not from striving harder alone, but from aligning with the perfect allies who complement our unique gifts. If you've noticed that life becomes easier when you allow yourself to receive help rather than struggling alone, type, "Together we prosper," in the comments. Let's explore how to combine all 7 of these sacred numbers into a single powerful nighttime practice that activates their complete prosperity sequence. Now that you've discovered these 7 sacred numbers, it's essential to understand that they're far more than mere mathematical symbols or spiritual concepts. Each one represents a specific vibrational key that unlocks particular doorways in your subconscious and resonates with distinct aspects of the universal abundance field. Together, they form a complete energetic system for prosperity transformation that's been hidden from public knowledge for centuries. What makes this numerical sequence so extraordinarily powerful is that it addresses every dimension of your relationship with wealth. From recognizing yourself as the source with 1, to achieving perfect internal alignment with 3, to establishing material harmony with 6, to activating infinite flow with 8, to releasing completed cycles with 9, to building solid foundations with 4, and finally to embracing divine expansion with 5. The revelation that changes everything is understanding that the universe doesn't primarily respond to effort, struggle, or even action. It responds to frequency. This explains why some people work themselves to exhaustion with minimal financial results, while others seem to attract prosperity with apparent ease. The difference isn't luck or privilege. It's vibrational alignment with these specific numerical codes that reorganize your energetic relationship with abundance at the quantum level. Tonight, when the world grows quiet and the veil between conscious and subconscious becomes thin, you have the opportunity to implement this ancient practice for the first time. The optimal moment arrives just as you're drifting towards sleep, when your brainwaves naturally shift from beta to alpha to theta, the hypnagogic state where conscious resistance dissolves and your subconscious becomes extraordinarily receptive. In this sacred window, simply close your eyes and whisper the complete numerical sequence: 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 4, 5. As you pronounce each number, feel its unique vibrational quality: 1 igniting your inner source, 3 harmonizing your centers, 6 bringing material beauty, 8 activating infinite flow, 9 releasing what's complete, 4 establishing stability, and 5 opening new pathways. The sequence matters. It's not random but carefully arranged to create a specific energetic journey through your consciousness. Each number builds upon the previous one, creating a symphonic resonance that's far more powerful than any single frequency could achieve alone. Repeat this sequence 3 times, in a soft voice, infusing each repetition with genuine gratitude and unshakable certainty. Then simply drift into sleep, knowing that while your conscious mind rests, these numerical frequencies continue working throughout the night, reorganizing your energy field and aligning your vibration with the exact frequency of prosperity. Many report experiencing unusually vivid dreams the first night, symbolic representations of the transformation occurring at deeper levels of consciousness. If you feel a resonance with this ancient wisdom that transcends logical understanding, type, "These numbers have awakened something within me," in the comments. Let me now share what you might experience when you first begin working with these sacred numerical codes and how to recognize the subtle signs that transformation is already underway. The moment when these 7 sacred numbers begin working together creates an energetic symphony unlike anything you've experienced before. Each number plays a unique role in this cosmic orchestra. 1 ignites your inner power as the source point of creation. 3 harmonizes your mind, heart, and body into perfect alignment. 6 beautifies your material world with order and grace. 8 activates the infinite flow of prosperity without limitation. 9 gently closes completed cycles to make space for the new. 4 establishes deep roots that stabilize your abundance. And 5 opens unexpected pathways to expansion. This sequence creates a complete energetic transformation that operates while you sleep. What you whisper in those quiet moments before drifting off doesn't merely disappear into darkness. It plants seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious that begin germinating immediately. The ancient wisdom traditions understood this profound truth. What you sow in the silence of night inevitably blooms in the fields of dawn. The potency of this practice comes not just from the numbers themselves, but from the intentional way you engage with them. This isn't about mindless repetition or desperate pleading. It's about entering a sacred covenant with the universal forces that govern abundance. You're essentially recalibrating your entire energetic signature to match the precise frequency of prosperity, allowing wealth to recognize you as its natural home. To fully activate this transformation, seal this energetic pact with a clear declaration. I activate the frequency of the 7 sacred numbers. Speak these words not as a casual statement, but as a profound testimony, an echo that transcends time and space to inform the universe. I am ready. This declaration serves as your spiritual signature on a contract with abundance itself, signaling your conscious participation in this ancient wisdom tradition. What makes this approach so revolutionary is the understanding that your wealth isn't some distant possibility waiting in an uncertain future. It's already in motion, already on its way to you. The moment you align with these numerical frequencies, you're not creating prosperity from nothing. You're simply removing the energetic interference that has been preventing what was always yours by divine birthright from reaching you. Tonight, as you lie in bed preparing for sleep, these 7 numbers become your key, not just to material abundance, but to a complete realignment with your soul's natural state of prosperity consciousness. Many report experiencing profound shifts in awareness even before tangible financial changes manifest. A sense of peaceful certainty about money that replaces previous anxiety, spontaneous insights about new income opportunities, or simply a deeper trust in life's natural abundance. The journey that begins with tonight's practice often unfolds in unexpected ways. While some experience immediate financial synchronicities, unexpected checks, surprise opportunities, or sudden debt resolutions, others notice subtler initial signs like improved sleep quality, enhanced creativity, or a newfound clarity about their authentic path to prosperity. The key is to remain open to how this transformation uniquely expresses through your particular life circumstances. If you feel a resonance with this ancient numerical wisdom that seems to awaken something deep within your soul's memory, type, "I activate my abundance code tonight" in the comments. Let's explore the most common experiences people report during their first week of working with these sacred numbers, and how to navigate the profound shifts that often occur in your relationship with money. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to thank you for exploring these ancient numerical codes with me. What you've discovered today isn't just information. It's a doorway to transformation that begins tonight when you whisper these 7 sacred numbers before sleep. The profound wisdom embedded in this practice has remained hidden for generations, preserved only for those ready to receive it. If you've felt a resonance with these teachings, if something deep within you recognized a truth you've always known but perhaps forgotten, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Each week, we explore similar hidden wisdom traditions that can transform your relationship with abundance, healing, and spiritual alignment. Tonight, as you lie in bed preparing for sleep, remember the sequence. 1. To ignite your inner source. 3. To harmonize your centers. 6. To bring material beauty. 8. To activate infinite flow. 9. To release what's complete. 4. To establish roots. And 5. To open new pathways. This isn't just a ritual. It's a remembering of who you truly are as a natural channel for prosperity. If this message found its way to you today for a reason, I'd love to know. Simply write, "These numbers found me at the perfect time," in the comments below. Your experience might inspire someone else who's just beginning their own journey of abundance activation. If you found value in these teachings, letting me know with a like helps this wisdom reach others who might be searching for exactly this message, just as you were when you discovered this video. There's another exploration waiting for you right next to this one that reveals the ancient manifestation practice that complements these numerical codes perfectly. Click there when you feel complete with this teaching, and we'll continue this journey together. Remember, what you whisper tonight in the darkness plants seeds that will bloom with tomorrow's dawn. Your prosperity isn't some distant dream. It's already in motion, already finding its way to you. These 7 numbers simply open the channel for what was always meant to be yours.